Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss about Math.random function. Okay, so we'll discuss about the random function and we'll also see how to generate a random number between any two numbers. So first of all, let's understand what this Math.random, what does it give us? Okay, it gives a value between 0.0, okay, it gives a value between 0.0 and 1. Actually it is less than 1, okay, the number will be greater or equal to 0, greater or equal to 0.0, but it will be less than 1. So let's have a look at the output of Math.random first of all. Okay, so I'm just going to write Math.random and let's copy paste this statement a few times and let's see the output. Okay, so as you can see, every time it gives me a different number. Okay, so all these numbers you can see it's being produced by the random function Math.random. Now having seen this, let's write down all the possible values of the random function. It can be 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 0.9. These are the possible values. Okay, I've rounded the decimal number. Okay, so the possible values are from 0.0 up till 0.9. So let's say we want to produce a random number between 3 and 7, okay, both inclusive. Okay, 3 also can come and 7 also can come. So the possible values are 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These are the possible values of my range. Okay, so I should be able to produce any number. It could be 3, it could be 7, it could be 6, it could be 5 or it could be 4. So how many numbers do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 numbers. Okay, and how can we calculate this? We can calculate this by doing the upper range, that is 7, minus the lower range, that is 3. Okay, this is the upper range, this one is the lower range. Okay, so by doing upper range minus lower range and adding 1, okay, I will get the number of numbers. So this is 7 minus 3 is 4 and 4 plus 1 is 5. So we have 5, we have got 5 digits here. So you can take any other example also. Let's say 8 and 15. Okay, so if I do 15 minus 8 plus 1, this will give me 8. Okay. So, if you see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. How many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So, you see we have got the number of numbers between the upper range and lower range, both inclusive. So, what we are going to do is we are going to multiply the output of Math.random. Okay. So, this column here represents the output of Math.random. We are going to multiply this with the range. Okay. So, let us talk about this range. The range between 3 and 7 is 5. Okay. I am going to multiply all these numbers with 5. So, if you do this, let us do it in Excel. It will be easier. Okay, so 0.1, 0.2. So, these are all my possible values of Math.random. So, this is Math.random, the output of Math.random. And this is our range. Okay. So, the range is 5. So, now we are going to multiply the output of Math.random with range. Okay. So, if you multiply 0.1 by 5, it will give you 0.5. So, I am going to copy this formula for all these cells down below. So, you can see after multiplying I get these numbers. Okay. So, now let's ignore the decimal part of the result in this column. Let's ignore the decimal part. Okay, and let's just write down the integer part. Okay. So, this is 0, this is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 4. If you notice here, if we do Math.random into range, what will happen is we will get the values 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So, the possible values I am receiving are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, but our requirement is to produce a random number between 3 and 7. Okay, our requirement is to produce a random number between 3 and 7. So, if you see, we are falling short. Okay, it should have been 5, 6, 7 here. Okay, and here we don't need 0, we don't need 1, and we don't need 2. So, from down we are short by 3, and from up side we are going more than 3. So, if I add 3, if I add 3 to all these numbers, if I add 3 to all these numbers, so you can see 3 plus 1 is 4, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 3 is 6, and 4 plus 3 is 7. So, now eventually we are getting the required values, isn't it? We needed 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So, that is exactly what we are getting. So, what did we do here? First of all, we called the random function Math.random. Then we calculated the range by doing upper range minus lower range plus 1. Okay. We multiplied that range by Math.random and we got some values. Then we wrote the integer part of all these numbers here, and then we saw that we are getting values that are short by 3. Okay. So, what did we do? We added 3. We added 3 to this. And what is that 3? That 3 is the lower range, isn't it? That 3 is the lower range. Okay. Now, to keep things simple, I am going to rename this upper range and lower range as max and min. Okay. Lower range is min and upper range is max. So, if I am to write down to the formula, it will be Math.random into range plus minimum, isn't it? We added the value of minimum here in this column. So, Math.random into range plus minimum. Okay. Now, this Math.random, the Math.random, its output is of double type. Okay. It gives a double value, and let us say our range is in the form of integer. So, double into integer will give me a double value. Okay. Double into integer will give me a double value. And that double, when it is added to min, which is again an integer. So, double plus integer will give me a double. Okay. So, the overall result of this whole expression is double. Okay. But we want that the final answer should be an integer number, a whole number. Okay. So, we are going to typecast this whole thing into an integer. Okay. So, let's do this in coding. Let's remove all these. So let's define our variables. Int min is equal to 3 and max is equal to 7. The range will be max minus min plus 1. Maybe I should write it in different line so that it's more readable. Okay, that looks better. So we have got the range. Now I am going to call the random function. That random function will give me a value between 0.0 and less than 1. I am going to multiply that result with range and then I will add minimum to it. Now the result of this whole expression is in the form of double, so I need to convert that double value into an integer. That is why I have typecasted it here. Okay, and so the result is now in the form of an integer. Now that integer value I will store it in a variable, let's say r number. Okay, so we are done. We'll get a random value between 3 and 7, both inclusive. Okay, so let's print the value of r number and see what happens. So you see the output is 4. The output is 4. I'll execute it again. This time also it's 4. Again it's 4. This time it's 3. This time it's 5. This time it's 7. This time it's 6. 4 again. 6. So you see, we don't know which number is going to come. Okay. So that is known as random, and this was our math.random function. So let's say you want to produce a random number between 1 and 100. So I'll define minimum as 1 and maximum as 100. Let's compile this and execute this. Now we'll get a random number anywhere between 1 and 100, both inclusive. So 84, 8, 29, 81, 77, 13. You see, we are getting random numbers. We don't know what the numbers will be. So I hope you understood this, and I'll stop here. Thank you.